This party started. Come on in. Just take a few breaths up, and when you do, lift up your heels. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Breathe in, breathe in. We're just starting with where we lift our heels and we lift our arms. And if you're just coming in, we did some heel raises, but now we're going to do also a squat as a way just to wake up. So just take 5 and 4. We're just waking up. Good. And we did some calf raises too. All right, now to work. Let's get those bands and put the band behind your back. We're going to be putting some moves together. Now your heavier band is behind your back, your palms are up. Now let me give us the arms first. So push out, exhale. Now the palms are up, they're facing up towards the sky. And your exhale is pushing your arms out to lengthened position. Now when you're ready, here we go. Sit down, and then you're gonna still push out. So sit down, and you're still pushing out. And exhale, whew, and exhale. Now, the best you can, notice, are your heels heavier than your toes? Whoops. And are your knees tracking with your second toe? And push. Good. Your glutes, your tush is firing. Your knees are not hurting because your weight's so far back. Good. All right. And you're breathing as opposed to holding the breath. You're exhaling as you do the work. And 3 more. And 2 more. Now, as a bonus, you can stay down here. Get ready, a little pulse, and add a little arm pulse. 10. Little movement. Inhale, and then come back up. Hot dog. All right, now we're going to add on. Take your biceps. Hold on to your band. Whoops, got to button this button. Okay, step in the middle with 1 or 2 heels. Bend your elbows. Your palms are facing up. Good. And it depends on how tense your band is. This one I have is pretty tense, so I'm only going to use 1 heel. If you have 2 heels for a medium band. Also, it can depend on your height. Neck is soft. Good. All right, see if you can do 5 more. And I'm going to show you a trick. If you cannot, what you can do is kind of break it up into 1 at a time. That way you're still moving, or you change your band. Take 1 more. All right, take that out. Now take 1 hand behind your head, 1 hand at your low back. Catch it, push up. Now, if you can add on, lift up both heels. Yep, and there's a little pause at the top for balance and to work those calves, which are also really important for your vascular system. All right, exhale. All right, we're shooting for 5 more. 1, 2. Do you feel your calves and knees are soft? Take 2 more. Jawline is about parallel to the floor. Now we're going to switch it up. Take this arm behind your head, this hand at your low back. Now push, push, push. And here, yes, you guys, good. You already remembered. And you go up. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Keep going. Neck is easy. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, each toe has equal weight. 17, top arm is doing well. We need strong triceps. Let's do one more. Exhale, whew, and relax. Now this is an informal, but just to roll your shoulder, just get some movement in there. Just move your shoulders. I like to have the palms face up too when we do that. And then we're going to take your band behind your upper back. Now this squat is not as wide, it's a little bit wider than your shoulders, but not huge. Now at first, just do a little, a breaststroke like you're swimming, palms up. Now, yep, change the band if you need. Get ready. You're gonna also sit as you do the circle with your arms. So we're gonna do two things. We like to maximize this 30 minutes, and we want to use our leg muscles for squats. The modification, if that doesn't serve you, is just to do the arms. Now exhale, push. Exhale, push. Good. Exhale, push. Now don't change the legs, but watch the arms are going to be narrow and then wide. It's still, and I'm going to turn to you, breaststroke, but it's narrow, wide. Narrow, circle, wide. Narrow. You got it. Now heart rate might be going up a little bit. Breathe in, heels still heavy. My toes are so light that I could lift them. I could slide a piece of paper under them anytime. I'm not weighting the toes. It's as if someone's got a chair that they're holding for you, but then they try to pull it further back. So you're trying to follow that chair with your glutes. Two more. One more. Nice job. Now we're gonna get, if you want, grab a sip. I'm going to change my band to a little bit lighter than that one. And we're gonna do a deltoid. Lateral raise. Put your foot on the band. Now out to a T. But when I say T, it's not, the hand is not going behind you at all. In fact, you can see it in your peripheral vision. I can see it right here. So it's to the side, but it is just barely slightly ahead of my body frame. You don't want it to go behind you on this. Adjust as you need to, because you don't want your body to lean either. We're going to go to about shoulder height because we try to work with high benefit, low risk. Knee soft. Good. I like how you notice how you can control the speed on the way back. You're not letting the band fling you down. You're working it up and you're working it down. You're working it up. You're controlling it down. You got it. Good. Notice your body. Your body looks good to me. It doesn't look leaning. And up. Now switch that hand. Step on the band with your heel. Now, the first one or two, you may have to adjust. It's okay. Go up. Yeah, it is to the side, but it is also slightly in front. And 5. There is a little tone happening here. That way I'm not leaned over. So you can feel the stabilizers working in your abs. Exhale, when you lift. Resist. Before you let the band take you back, you're controlling the band. So that top range of motion, you're controlled. You're controlled in the whole thing, but that's where you really have to put your attention. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, little tone here, 19, I'm a big proprioception, so sometimes I'll put my hands where I want my tone to be. Now switch it up, other heel, go forward. Now your arm is in front of you, kind of like a mummy or Frankenstein. It's going to about shoulder height. Your wrist is neutral. 6, good. 7, and you're not leaning back, you're just standing upright. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Here's the shoulder that's working. 13, but not the neck. 14, and not the upper trap. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other side, you're gonna step on that band, go forward, breathing. Good, slowing it down at that top or having control so the band doesn't lead you. Let's say it's getting a little hard, give yourself more slack. Easy correction. If the wrist is an issue, find a different way to hold it, neutral, or hand face down or palm face down. Good, everybody's looking good. I don't see anything that I need to cue. Everybody's looking good. I like it. Now this is one of my favorites. So take your hands pretty wide. Go up and behind. Yes. Now, can you do both arms? Oh, sorry, good, Karen. Both arms when you're ready. Now, what the trick is that you see I'm not wiggling my body to get it done. I'm letting my body stay stable. Try to keep your arms long, and even if that means you stretch the band a little bit during that hard part. Can you feel how good it is for posture muscles? So part of the recipe of posture is, when I say posture, I mean keeping an upright spine, is having flexible front chest shoulder muscles. So hold in a place. Now I'm going to come in close so you can see. I want to make sure your wrist is not doing this thing. Make sure your wrist is not doing that. Tilt it forward so it's neutral. Yep, take a look at it if you have to, because that's very common compensatory movement. So you want to not take a break in the wrist. Now go down 1 inch lower in the band. Breathe in. The breath is a way to add a secondary stretch. Now lower it maybe 1 inch. Michelle, that's really good intuition. There is a neat physiological release when you do a little rotation. So if you can add it on, go for it. And then down. Now look how we're just kind of working it. Down, work it. Breathe, down. And then when you let go, it's easier for your shoulders to be down the back. I love it. Let go of this. We're going to get some hand weights. Get some heavier hand weights for your biceps. So I'd say at the minimum of 5. Now, if you do not have a 5, 8, 10, somewhere in there, then just do more reps or just do the best you can. Now I'm going to show, or you could even do your band again. So I just try to mix it up. If you are traveling, you could even use 2 jugs of water. There is always a way to be creative in our solutions to stay high wellness. All right, so what you have is I'm going to show you from the side. You're making sure your elbows don't go past don't go into hyperextension. You never let the weight direct you. Your muscle directs the weight. Your shoulders are down the back. I'll show you a side view again. They're not poking forward ever. They're down the back. And exhale. All right, so let's take about 5 more here. There's another grip called neutral that you could always take if you need to, where the thumb first finger points up, like you have a hammer in your hand, because you want to make sure your body's healthy. All right, guys, keep the hands low. Put them right beside you. Go up. Now, we're going to leave them here. Don't let go. Lift up your heels. So I have my hand weights in my hand still, and it's adding body weight to me. It's adding weight. And up. All right, now take 4 more. We're going to change it up, okay? 2. Now let one down. Keep your other. Hold on to something. I've got a wall. You might use a foam roller, but put 1 foot behind the other. You have 1 hand weight in your hand, and you're lifting up and down single calf raise. Does that make sense? There's a lot going on. Only 1 foot's doing this, 1 calf. A hand weight's in 1 hand. Let yourself use your wall for balance. Now we may be in different places, but we're going to take 10 on the other side. Go up and down. Go all of the metatarsals have equal weight. Nice. And we are going to come back, but for a moment, grab your other weight, your two weights now. When you're done with both single calf raises, try to lift your elbows without putting your wrist in an awkward position. So if you want to look at your wrist, you can make sure, are they in line with your forearm? So what that means is my hand weights kind of look diagonal, don't they? They're not forced down. That would be kind of weird on your wrist, right? So the word's neutral. Your wrist is in line with your forearms. I'm going to scoot back though, so you can see me more in a line and up. You should feel some shoulders and biceps, but not your wrist feeling odd. 4, 3, 2. Now let that go. Take your hand weights down and interlace your fingers at your low back. Lift up your arms. Now this is a shoulder stretch. Widen the feet a little bit and just take knocking on the door of life, which is another way to calm the nervous system and the 2 hemispheres of the brain. Anytime you cross your arms on the midline, breathe. And we're going to go to what this one is called as an overhead press. It's going to look like this. So your weight will probably be a little less than what you did on the bicep. So you're going to take your hand weights, one in each hand. You got it, Shereen, and then push up. Now lower to here and then exhale. Now let me just keep going. I'm going to give out some modifications way I count with my fingers. You can sit in a chair and do this if you feel like you need a little bit more stability. 6. Your neck is long. You're not activating your neck. You're not bringing your shoulders up your back. You are keeping your shoulder blades down the back, even though your humerus, your arm bone's lifting. Exhale as you lift. Good. Now shoot for 10 more. These are harder, so if you end up needing to do a lighter weight, please go for it. Use your abs to make sure your back isn't all over the place. They're stabilizers. All right, let's do 5 more. 4, 3, good, and neck is easy. 2, 1. Now lower those hand weights down. And I'm going to throw something at you. It's a single leg balance, but do a stretch for your shoulders. So here's one option. And one is like cow face, where you try to catch your hands behind your back while you're in a single balance. Breathe in. Now, if that's too hard, you could just do one arm, like the elbow behind your back. Breathe in. Exhale, let that go. We know that the ability to hold one-legged balance is a critical associated variable with not falling when you cannot hold your balance. I want to say it was 1 minute was the standard in that last study. A much higher chance of falling if you could not hold for 1 minute. So 20 seconds is another big barometer. So we're holding it at least that. You've got your shoulders in a stretch. You got a little, for me, I have to tuck my ribs a bit because my low back will get lordotic. Most of the time when our arms are overhead, your low back is tending towards lordosis. So you want to have the abs on. Pubic bone pulls up a little, ribs pull down a little bit. You're not death gripping your glutes here, but your abs are stabilizing your ribs right over your pelvis. All right, let that go. That was lovely. Now we're going to take triceps. I'm going to show you, this is the tricep one. You push up behind your head. So you can take 2 smaller weights or 1 bigger weight. 2 smaller weights or 1 bigger weight. Now, your weights, if let's say you have 2, they can touch each other and that gives you a little balance, stability. You push up. If you have 1 heavier weight, hold on with both hands on the skinny part of the dumbbell. Ribs are pulled down with your abs. 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 more. Triceps are super important. Good. and super easy to get weak because everything's so automated. We hardly have to lift open doors anymore. So we got to go after them to keep them strong. And it's a good feeling to have strong arms, isn't it? One more. Now let those hand weights down. We're going to put them on the floor. And then this is prayer pose. So here's prayer. Try to put the hands, sorry Karen, I'm boogieing. So palms up, but always finish what you're doing. Now this is the prayer pose. If it doesn't work for you, then interlace your fingers and lift. Nice, Jean. Look at that girl. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale and exhale. All right, let's have some hammer curls. So this is going to be a hand weight that's heavier. You're going to hold it like a hammer. And I know we did the others, but these are carrying muscles. So looks like this, like you have a hammer in your hand. We'll just do 15 because we're going to get on the floor and do something more. Now, if your wrists don't love neutral or supinated, just do the other grip because I never want to hurt a joint to get gains in a muscle. We can get gains in a muscle another way. So we're not putting a joint at risk. If something doesn't feel good to you, do the other modification. Bicep and brachioradialis working here. And you're breathing? Good. Now what we'll do is let those down and we're going to take the, if you need to move your screen, you can move it down. If you want to take a sip, you can do that. And then we're going to meet with our heavier band around our feet. Now some of you might want 2 bands around your feet. So you could do 1 band heavy or 2 bands. Wrap the band around your feet. Cross the rope. Bend your elbows. Now, at this moment, I'm sitting on the floor, legs extended. But what you may prefer is to sit on a little pillow or a Baja blanket to get, I actually do have my fanny up higher because I'm on the mat with my fanny and I'm on the floor with my legs. So if your low back tends to kind of feel rounded behind you, sit up on something. I'm going to add a little palm up grip. So if you look down, you can see your palms. Try that out. See how that feels for you. It could be neutral, which is thumb up, or palm up. See which one feels good for your wrist, for your shoulders. Your neck is easy. Grab more band if it's not hard enough. Grab less band if it's getting too hard. Now I'm going to go right into rotation. So get ready. You're going to turn and row. One side only. Turn and row. Turn. Rotational flexibility. Upper back is critical so that we don't get rounded upper backs. We are preventing a dowager's hump by our mobility exercises, our strengthening of the back body and our stretching of the front body, and then also your fascial patterns. When you are through your day, notice what your pattern is. You want your ear in line with your shoulder from the side view. You want your shoulders down the back. So all those things help with posture. And posture will dictate your mood as well. When you're more upright, you feel better. Bigger inhales can happen. Okay, guys, take that out. You might need to grab a slightly lighter band, or take out one of your 2 if you had 2. Wrap it. Cross your band like an X. This is not a glamorous mirror muscle, but it is super critical for shoulder health. Betty, your posture looks amazing from the side. I have a great view of your side view. Perfect. What I'm seeing is ear in line with the shoulder and the shoulders open. Good, Jean. And let me just see. And Jean, just double check your forearm. It should be parallel to the floor. You're not lowering it down as you do this opening. So it may be my perspective, but you're just keeping your forearm parallel to the floor. It's not a big movement. It's not a big mirror muscle. These are little muscles that help stabilize the shoulder and keep them safe. Okay, now this one's bigger. Lift up your arms. Palms still face each other, but try to be like hug a tree backwards. It's almost like you're the letter T. If it's too hard, uncross your band and do the same arm movement. Yep. Rear shoulder, neck is soft. Rear shoulder, neck is soft. Work that hard part, you know, where it's in the back and it's kind of tense. Work that. Awesome. Okay, uncross it. Now I'm going to turn so you can see me. For some of us, this is going to be a bicep curl here. If you can take a flexion, you're going to do a lean back bicep curl. So if you have osteoporosis, you're going to stay upright and not put the spine in flexion. If you do not have osteoporosis, you can lean back in a little flexion, an ab crunch, and bend. So if you do have osteo, planks and opposite arm, opposite leg reach are more appropriate for you. So you're not doing this spinal flexion. Either way, you can feel your biceps. All right, guys, let's burn it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then gently come up. I'm going to get in closer, grab a sip, and I'll meet you up there. And we're going to do a stretch. We're going to do the rack. Great job. And I know I boogie in this class. I want to give you everything you can get in 30 minutes to strengthen those bones. Lift up. We do want that stress on the bones. I think I told you guys we had a couple clients this year with 10 points higher on their bone scan. You can build bone density. You can. Lift up, lift up, lift up. This is I love this stretch. I hope you like it. Your elbows are soft. And I'm going to tilt my screen down, get a little hand stretch forward. This is, you know that we've been doing a lot of forearm and hand stretches and wrist stretches this year. And take the other one. Now we're going to do probably the most important of the day is just clearing your mind and making touching base with your inner self, your part of you that's non-physical, God, whatever you want to call it, but that part of you that is this miracle. So take a moment to touch base with that. This is almost like you're setting a tune on a channel on a radio station. You're going to set your own frequency to love, appreciation, joy. Breathe all that love in. And then what happens is you radiate that love out the rest of your day. Today I intend to be a vessel of love and shine my light wherever I go. With so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day, strong women. Bye.